Hello everyone, I'm Oli from Oli Food Chronicles. Today, we're blowing the lid off the oatmeal conspiracy. That's right, I said conspiracy. You think you're eating a health food? Think again. This superfood might be slowly killing you. Let's start with a history lesson. Oatmeal, or Avena sativa if you want to get scientific, has been around since before 2000 BC. But here's the kicker, no one ate it. That's right, for thousands of years, humans knew better than to consume this stuff. In ancient Greece and Rome, oats were considered weeds. Weeds, folks. It wasn't until 779 AD that the British started growing oats in Scotland. But even then, it wasn't for human consumption. It was for horses. Now, let me ask you this. When did humans start eating horse food? The answer might shock you. It wasn't until the 19th century. Enter Ferdinand Schumacher, an American businessman. This guy saw an opportunity. Cheap grain that no one wanted to eat? Perfect. He could market it to the poor as a nutritious breakfast. And so began one of the biggest scams in food history. Schumacher launched a dietary reform movement. He claimed oats were nutritious, filling, and better than meat for breakfast. Why? Because it was cheap. Dirt cheap? Perfect for poor workers and gold prospectors who couldn't afford real food. You could harvest it and eat it with minimal processing. But here's what Schumacher didn't tell you. It wasn't about health, it was about profit. By the late 19th century, big oat processing companies jumped on the bandwagon. They created breakfast cereals and bombarded people with advertisements. Gradually, oats became the breakfast of choice. This, folks, is the power of capitalism at work, selling you horse feed and calling it health food. Now, let's talk science. And I mean real science, not the propaganda you've been fed. You'll see many articles praising oats' nutritional value. They sound flawless, right? Wrong. These articles often have a disclaimer at the bottom. Let me translate that for you. We're telling you it's healthy, but we're not taking responsibility if it's not. They say oats have soluble fiber that can lower cholesterol. But here's the kicker. That's only if you eat 1 to 2 tablespoons. Eat a big bowl and you're in trouble. Why? Because of phytic acid in the oat's outer layer. Phytic acid is an anti-nutrient. It's like a nutrient vampire, sucking the life out of your food. It blocks the absorption of essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, zinc, and iron. Think about that. The more oats you eat, the more nutrients you're losing. You might as well be eating cardboard. At least cardboard doesn't pretend to be healthy. But it gets worse. Much worse. Phytic acid can cause leaky gut syndrome. It inflames your intestines, creating gaps in the lining. This allows bacteria, viruses, and toxins to enter your bloodstream. Your body sees these as invaders and triggers inflammation. Chronic inflammation is linked to numerous diseases. Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, you name it. So that heart-healthy oatmeal, it might be setting you up for a heart attack. Now, let's talk about the cholesterol myth. We've been told that high cholesterol is bad and that we should avoid foods like egg yolks. This idea comes from a 1937 study, but guess what? It's been thoroughly debunked. In 1977, scientists found that eating up to 15 eggs a day barely affected total cholesterol. A 1999 Harvard study of 120,000 people found no link between egg consumption and heart disease. In 2013, a massive study of 3.08 million people confirmed eggs and heart disease. No connection. Yet, the myth persists. Why? Follow the money. The truth is, cholesterol is crucial for our bodies. It's needed for hormone production, cell repair, and brain function. Low cholesterol can lead to depression, memory problems, and weakened immunity. Here's a bombshell. 80% of the cholesterol in your body is produced by your liver. Only 20% comes from food. Your diet barely affects your cholesterol levels. So why are doctors still prescribing cholesterol-lowering drugs? Why are we still avoiding egg yolks and eating oatmeal? It's all about profit, folks. The real culprit behind heart disease. High sugar diets causing blood vessel damage. Cholesterol is just there to repair the damage. It's like blaming firefighters for fires. Now, let's connect the dots. 1. Food companies promote oats as a health food. 2. You eat more oats, thinking you're being healthy. 3. The phytic acid in oats causes nutrient deficiencies and other health issues. 4. You feel worse, maybe gain weight, develop high cholesterol. 5. Doctors prescribe cholesterol-lowering drugs. 6. Pharmaceutical companies profit. It's a vicious cycle designed to keep you sick and them rich. But wait, there's more. Remember how I said oats were cheap? They still are. These companies are selling you glorified horse feed at a premium price. You're paying to make yourself sick. How's that for irony? And it's not just oats. This pattern repeats with many so-called health foods. Brown rice, whole wheat, soy, they all contain high levels of anti-nutrients. The modern food industry, backed by corrupt nutritional science, is slowly poisoning us while convincing us it's for our own good. It's like the vaccine and mask mandates all over again. We're told it's for our health, but who's really benefiting? Think about it. Why are chronic diseases on the rise? Why are more people obese, diabetic, and sick than ever before? Could it be because we're following nutritional advice from the very industries profiting from our illness? Let's talk about the medical industry for a moment. They tell you to eat oatmeal to lower your cholesterol. Then they prescribe you statins when your health deteriorates. Then they treat you for the side effects of the statins. It's a never-ending cycle of treatment, and guess what? You're the cash cow. They're milking you for all you're worth. And the government, they're in on it too. Agricultural subsidies ensure that these harmful grains are cheap and plentiful. The FDA approves drugs with horrific side effects. And anyone who speaks out is labeled a quack or a conspiracy theorist. But here's the thing, it's not a conspiracy if it's true. So, what can we do? 1. Question everything you've been told about nutrition. 2. Don't trust big food companies or mainstream nutritional advice. 3. Eat real, unprocessed foods. Your ancestors didn't eat oatmeal and they were healthier than us. 4. Don't fear natural fats and cholesterol. They're essential for your health. 5. Be wary of any food that needs heavy marketing to convince you it's healthy. Remember, the food industry doesn't care about your health. They care about their profits. And they'll say anything to keep those profits coming. Here's a challenge for you. Try giving up grains for a month. No oats, no wheat, no rice. See how you feel. I bet you'll have more energy, clearer skin, and better digestion. But don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Question everything, including me. That's what critical thinking is all about. And speaking of critical thinking, let's address the elephant in the room. Some of you might be thinking, but Oli, this sounds like a conspiracy theory. To that, I say, good. You're thinking critically. That's exactly what I want. But ask yourself this, who benefits from you believing that oatmeal is healthy? It's not you. It's not your family. It's big corporations and big pharma. They've created a system where they profit from your ignorance and your illness. And they'll do anything to keep that system in place, including labeling people like me as crazy or dangerous. But remember, every major change in history started with people questioning the status quo. Every scientific breakthrough began with someone challenging the accepted wisdom. So don't be afraid to think differently. Don't be afraid to challenge what you've been told. Your health and the health of your loved ones depends on it. That's all for today. If you found this eye-opening, hit like and subscribe. Got questions? Drop them in the comments. Want to learn more about how the food industry is lying to you? Let me know, and I'll expose more in future videos. Until next time, this is Oli encouraging you to think critically about your food choices. Stay healthy, stay informed, and don't let big companies dictate your diet. And remember, if you're unhappy with anything I've said, you can always use the feedback button. But ask yourself, are you upset because I'm wrong, or because I'm challenging what you've been told to believe? Stay woke, folks. Your health depends on it.